All right, Shalom. This is Brother Zakaria,
Hey, this is Brother Warrior.
and we are the Modesto Hebrew Israelite Camp. All right, coming back at you with another sit-down, walk and talk type open forum lesson. And first and foremost, we're going to give all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory to Yahawah, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Harakah Kodash. And double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. Shalom to you few Akwathium that believe in Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. So what was on my mind earlier was just, meditating on what we're about to receive. For standing so stiffly for Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. If you could get that, Baba Kashar.
Yeah, this St. John.
No. What I quoted.
Oh,
Standing so stiffly for Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. As a matter of fact, I could look it up. I think this is how you spell it. No? Let's see.
I got it. Second
Oh,
Ezra 2 and 47.
yeah. God. Yeah, I messed up on writing the word stood. Can you get that? Pull it out.
Second Ezra 2 and 47.
No, actually, I started
Oh, yeah.
started at 42.
Okay. Second Ezra 2 and 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praise Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi with songs.
Right. And that is the Israelites. Okay, Mount Zion, to Zion in the Hebrew monument, are you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and of course you have Israelite foreigners. Okay, now this Mount Zion is dealing with the elect, man. Okay, it's dealing with those that actually believe, in Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi. Okay, it says, whom he could not number. That is another clue that is the Israelites, because the Lord said a blessing is that Israel would be as the multitude of the sand of the sea, as the stars of heaven. When you look up in the outer space, which, man, this ties in clearly with this lesson. When you look up in the sky, as it gets darker, around like midnight, 1, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., the sky is really dark, and you can see all the stars, man. And you can't count them. Okay, right now the sun just went down out here in the west, so you could see some stars, but not as much as when it gets later, and that's Israel, man. You can't number Israel. Okay, this fucking devil goes around doing a census, throughout the earth, and he can't even give you a rough estimation of how many Israelites there are, because guess what? We were scattered amongst all nations.
Man, that's why. That's something too. Like the power of Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi, man, and the way that everything was written beforehand and plays out now. Because you think about it, he knew Esau was going to try and number Israel and do that.
Yeah.
If Esau could, he would get. If you could just look and tell, okay, those are the Israelites over there, he would gather all the Israel up and number them.
Yep.
This guy is searching. There's no wicked thing that he won't search out.
Hey, yeah, that's real heavy, because you had this fucking devil, Cristobal Colon. Okay, he knew where the Israelites are, the northern kingdom, after they put the southern kingdom in slavery. In that movie 1492, Conquest of Paradise, they're saying, well, where are you going to go? And how do you know there's land over there? He quotes the book of Esdras. He says Arsareth.
Man.
So they knew where we were, man. Okay, and they came over here to conquer us. All right, and meanwhile, bring Judah and the southern kingdom from Europe and keep us all here. Okay. And what's the end goal? It's to microchip everybody and cause a nuclear war that destroys Babylon the Great. Why? Because the majority of you Israelites are here in Babylon the Great. Okay, this devil wants to eradicate you, man. Eradicate us, I should say.
Right.
All right, so if you keep going, Baba Kasha.
Yes, sir.
43.
43. Yeah. So 2 Ezra 2:43, and in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest.
Meaning he was that young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, meaning he was of the highest rank. He was the most royal of all those people, of all those Israelites, which is talking about Yahawashi.
Yahawashi, man.
He's the King of Kings.
That's the Son of
Lord,
God.
Lord of Lords.
The Son of Yahawah, man.
You know,
Bro,
he's the chief Israelite.
You know what I was? I did a video, and I was earlier today, and one thing that was is super heavy, you know, and you know, this is why, like, you seen what happens with certain people that, you know, they disrespect the names and stuff like that. You know, you had certain people that were saying Yahawashi was just a regular guy.
Okay.
And he's just a prophet or another Israelite or whatever.
Yeah, the nigga said Yahawashi just another Israelite.
But see, the scriptures tell you, hey, man's goings are of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, Yahawashi, what did Yahawashi say though? He said, I give up my life willingly.
Yeah.
Yahawashi had a choice, bro.
Yeah.
He could have, he said, if you don't think if I wanted to, if I called on my, that's why when he was praying, you know, right before he was gonna offer, he had to be offered up. He said, not by, if I could, you know, drink of another cup, or if you could take this cup away, there's another way. He said, not by my will, but by yours. Mm-hmm. Showing you that Yahawashi, he ain't no regular Israelite. That's the Son of the Most High. He had a choice, you know, and he went through with it. He completed the mission. If it was anybody else, if it was fucking, you know, they would have failed the mission.
But the thing about it is, he's the Word, you know, and that was outside the Word, you know, so he couldn't be outside of himself, you know, so that's why I went through it.
He had to.
But he told Pilate, he told him, look, he said, look, you can't do fucking anything to me. He's like, if I really want to, I could summon legions of angels and just take your bitch ass out.
Right.
You know, but he's bound by the Word because he is the Word.
Right. Well, he said, I come in the name of my Father to do his will.
Yeah.
And that's what he was about.
Good.
He was about the Most High's will.
Good.
You know, which that's the footsteps that we're following in, is doing the will of the Most High.
Yeah.
You know, through the power of his Son, Yahawashi, who gave up the sacrifice for us to be able to be redeemed and come back, you know, even in this ungodly, you know, fucked up flesh, man, this wretched ass flesh.
Good. Read that again, Baba Kasha, 43.
Salakia, I don't think ungodly was a good word to use, but, you know, messed up flesh.
Yeah.
Sinful flesh.
Sinful flesh. 43.
Well,
the flesh is subject to sin and vanity, you know?
Man.
That's why we're going to get a new body.
Yeah.
So this is ungodly flesh.
God.
We're going to get godly flesh.
Right.
Real soon.
Yeah, true. You know, the flesh is weak, man. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, man.
Yeah, this man, you know, this body is wretched.
It sucks. Yeah, they need to be saved, man.
Yeah.
They need to be saved. The chains of everlasting darkness.
Man.
Good Lord. All right,
43 again.
43. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Right. Yahawashi giving the elect, okay, the men of the Lord, okay, rulership, man, giving them honor, glorifying them, you know, as we glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi. See, Yahawashi was set up to glorify the Heavenly Father by completing the prophecies, his passion, his sacrifice. And then what Yahawashi said, he said, Father, glorify me. You know? So now we are glorifying Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi. And in due season, they're going to glorify us. The Lord said he's going to give us glory and fame in a land where we were put to shame. which is here on the earth. Okay, you got us Israelites throughout the four corners of the earth getting shed on, man, all the day long. And why? Because, we're preaching righteousness. We became a prey because we're different. We're literally not like you other people. And when I say you other people, those that aren't listening to the truth.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not by our will.
Oh no.
What separates us is the fact that Yahawashi is allowing us to be separated from you. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't want to say the wrong thing, but basically it's not us. It's
right,
the Lord,
right.
Man.
Yeah, the scripture said you didn't choose the Lord chose you.
Yeah.
He put this into you. You didn't say, oh, you can't force it. You can't force the spirit. You can't be in the spirit if the Lord don't give you the spirit. You know what I mean? That's why you got these guys that fucking calling upon a bar of Mentos and graham crackers.
That's scary as hell.
Or fucking Genesis. They're saying that the name is not Yahawashi, it's actually Jesus.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, that's not a Hebrew name.
Bro, I can't even, I don't even like that fucking word to come out of my mouth, bro.
Right.
I hate even, I be saying JC, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even fucking say that. That shit scares me to even fucking say the J word.
Hey, Jesus sounds like just a regular fucking name, That doesn't sound like he has any authority behind it.
No, I know, but
any force or power,
I'm not saying that it has.
No. I'm just saying that because you say Yahawashi. I mean, that you could feel that.
Well, yeah, that's why.
So how are these boneheads gonna say?
It's because I don't want to say nothing that isn't Yahawashi. You know what I mean? It's like, man.
Well, yeah, these boneheads though. It's like, how are you gonna think that the Lord, that's a Hebrew, his name would be anything other than a Hebrew name? Boneheads, man. Keep going. We gonna go all the way down.
43. We're still on 43, I think.
No, 44 now.
Okay. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahawashi.
Yeah, we put on garments of Yahawashi. We took a covering of the Lord. Okay, we put off the mortal clothing, all the bullshit, the lies that we learned in the world, all this wickedness that rubbed off on us from the world. We put that shit off, and then we put on the immortal. Okay, we're walking in the light of Yahawashi in truth and sincerity to the best of our ability. Calling upon the name, practicing, rehearsing the righteous acts. You can't do that with the fucking mortal clothing, man. Okay? The spirit and the flesh are against one another. The flesh is mortal. The spirit is immortal. Your soul is energy, pure energy. It can't be destroyed. And that's your conscience. All right? That's why the scriptures talk about our conversation is in heaven. Our citizenship, pretty much, who we are. Okay? Yeah, we go to work and we toil in this physical realm, but this isn't who the fuck we are. I don't want to be at work wearing a fucking uniform made out of polyester saying hi to Edomites. Okay? In my mind, I'm imagining them in my mind with their fucking heads blowing off, man. Or them in chains. Bad Edomite woman, doing something for me. And know that it's not the mark of the beast, nigga.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Hey, but that's a royal mentality. That's a king-like mentality, man. Having subjects, which is what this lesson is kind of tied into as well. So keep going, bro.
Yeah, it says, he answered and said unto me, these, did I already read
46.
That? Then said I unto the...
Oh, actually, continue 45 from after...
the mortal clothing? and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name Yahawashi Yahawashi. Now they are crowned and receive palms.
We confess the names Yahawashi Yahawashi by preaching the word. You know? Because if you're out there preaching Yahawashi Yahawashi, they're going to be like, who's that? You can't just be out there 2-3 hours just saying Yahawashi Yahawashi. All right? We're confessing Yahawashi Yahawashi by preaching all his word, his prophecies.
Yeah.
Which are coming to pass. You know, we're cutting all these doctrines, all these lies, okay, by preaching the true word, the true doctrine, okay, and it is not fucking Christianity, man. It's not Catholicism, man. Okay, as a matter of fact, the scriptures aren't a book of religion; it's a heritage, law, statutes, commandments, and prophecies, and history. For who? Jacob. Israel. Nobody else. Okay? The other nations cannot receive salvation, man. It's only for Israel.
Yeah.
You 12 tribes, man. 12 tribus. Go ahead.
So
it says now they are crowned to receive palms.
Mm-hmm.
See that we're gonna get crowns, man. We're gonna get rulership. Okay? For this. For glorifying the Lord. Okay, for laying down our life for our friends. You know, Yahawashi, he laid down his life for his friends. And we're laying down our life for our friends. Okay? We're making our body a living sacrifice out here, man. You know, because he's elite, man. They got some tricks up their sleeve that they think they're gonna, you know, accomplish. Okay? Trust me, this word is not going out void. Okay, on both the left and right. All right, this is pissing these devils off. You know, here it is. We're righteously scoffing them, mocking them. You know, just like you taunt somebody, right? Somebody eventually gonna get mad enough and start swinging. Well, they gonna come swinging in that drunk fury. And Yahawashi Yahawashi gonna disappoint his punk ass, man.
Yeah.
Because Yahawashi said it best, all right, 2,000 years ago. He said, if my servants were of this kingdom, my servants would fight. Okay? This time, Yahawashi Yahawashi is going to allow his servants to fight, man. Okay? Some are going to be martyrs and have to, you know, taste death. But, you know, like we like to say, he ain't going to get all of us, man. And the brothers that get raised up with power are going to be used as a weapon against him. Wisdom of Solomon says, you know, he maketh the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies, man. But go ahead, bro.
47, second Ezra.
46.
2 and 40.
No, 47, you're right.
2 and 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the son of Yahawashi Yahawashi, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord Yahawashi Yahawashi thou hast seen.
You got it.
Hey, and you know what? That is the same thing that's been commanded of us, right? Because doesn't the word martyr go back to witness?
Yeah.
We're witnesses because we receive the power of the truth through this understanding, you know. So we're actually witnesses to all these scriptures and all these things in the Bible being true. You know, we're witnesses of Yahawashi Yahawashi, of the truth, even though we haven't seen, all right, the power that's been given to us through the understanding, you know what I mean, is what we're a witness of. So we know all these things are true through the spirit that the Lord gave us.
Well, the scripture says the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So we do know, you know, we've seen it, just not in this life.
Right.
Now it's being made new. It's being refreshed.
Yeah. But that's the power, like us with our mortal eyes, you know, in this time didn't physically see it.
Nah.
And that shows
spiritualize we did.
Yeah, that's given to us through the power.
Yeah.
You know, because this what we're doing and the understanding that we receive is spiritual power, man.
Yeah.
This is what we have.
Yeah.
That's why all these people hate us.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't preach, this word, unless it was put into you. You can't do this unless the Lord allowed you to do this. You remember, I don't know if you guys remember years ago where that one dude, I forget his name, but he went and tried to preach, and he was out there for like 20, 30 minutes. He was bugging out. Never went back out. I forget his name. The Avenger for Yahawashi guy.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He was like.
Or what about Yashar dipped out?
He was
when did these guys ever go out and make videos on their own? They don't, because the Lord ain't dealing with them.
I remember that video when that dude, whatever the fuck, Yakana.
That was his name.
Yakana. Yeah. And he had went out because everybody was getting on him to go out. Yeah. And he was like all looking over. So he was spooked, man. He was scared, man. Like, he knew he didn't have it, man. He knew. Hey, man, that's the crazy thing, man. Is he got snatched from him. He knew it, man.
He was out there naked. That's why he had to look around.
Yeah, he was out there naked
because he didn't have all that immortal clothing, man. He didn't have on that garment. He was out there naked, man. So he was bugging out, no armor.
That's why you gotta fear Yahawah Yahawashi greatly, man.
Greatly, yeah.
He is greatly to be feared, man.
That's right. So from there, I'm gonna jump back to what was that? John 14.
Okay.
Yeah, can you get that? You can start back at 1.
All right, this St. John 14:1. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in Yahawah, you believe in the Most High, Yahawah, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you.
Yeah.
I go to prepare a place for you.
Yeah, that's right. You believe. Let not your heart be troubled. Everything that we're going through, okay, don't let it consume you. Don't let it overtake you. Okay, whatever it is. The adversities, things that we go through on a daily. Okay, although we are troubled, it's saying let not your heart be troubled. You can't be conflicted in your mind, man. To the point of, giving up. Because what else can you do? There's nothing else you can do but fall in order with Yahawah Yahawashi. And believe. Believe in Yahawah Yahawashi. All right? It says, in my Father's house are many mansions. Okay, those are the other planets. And I was thinking about this at work. I was looking around the place where I work, and I was like, man, this little ass fucking store, I was like, we're gonna have so much more than this. We're gonna have cities with many stores. And then I was like, nah, we're gonna have countries. And then I was like, nah, we're gonna have planets, bro. We're gonna have planets named after us.
Bruh.
There's millions, billions, trillions.
Bro, it's
never ending.
Yeah, you can't measure it.
You can't. As the stars of heaven. And you gotta think about that, like, that's all for Israel.
Man.
That's all for you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners. That's for you Israelites. By the blood of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Everything that exists, it said he created the world for our sakes. That doesn't just mean the planet. That means life itself, the existence. It was created for Israel, man. So that we could be a mirror image of the Heavenly Father in the physical. Okay? So that we could judge and rule the universe after his laws, statutes, his commandments, his image. Okay?
It says, verse 3, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may also be.
Hey, man, you want to speak on it? Go ahead.
It says, and whither I go, you know, and the way you know. All right, so, hey, we just gotta wait. Yahawashi, he's ready to come back. He's already at the door. You know, we see everything that's going on. We see all the prophecies playing out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this devil is about to be destroyed, man. Esau's about to be destroyed. All right, he's gonna fucking lash out. Revelation 12:12. He's gonna lash out, and that's gonna be his final fucking act. All right, because once he lashes out, you know, the Lord's gonna come back and go, whoa, bud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, he's gonna come back and fucking get this guy, man, and take the elect up. You know, but first he's gonna let Esau have his way with 2/3, man.
And that's it, man. That's why this fucking devil is gonna get loosed. Is for 2/3, man. It's not for the elect, bro. It's not for you believers. Okay. I mentioned earlier there's gonna be martyrs, you know, physical martyrs. But that's just because prophecy said so. You know, that has to be done. It's the word. It has to be fulfilled. But when it comes to Jacob's trouble, that's for 2/3, man. It says he shall be saved up out of it. Who's that he? That's the elect, bro. 2/3 of our people, the Lord don't give a fuck about 2/3, man. And neither do we. Okay? We don't care. That's why a brother that goes sour, falls out, bugs out, we ain't praying for his ass. Why? Because if he was of us, he would have continued with us, man. You know? I can say this, man. Hey, man, Ralph, he's in his right mind now. Okay? But, hey, Ralph, he went into the Lord, killed him. Okay? He didn't do some bitch shit or, you know, go, you know, renegade. But it just wasn't for him. He just wasn't of the elect. You know? So, yeah, this is, but yeah, Yahawashi said, look, he's gonna come back and he's gonna receive us. He's gonna gather us. That where he is, we will be also. All right. You got anything you want to close with?
Nah, that's it. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So I don't want to rush Zah. You know, this is just a open forum type, you know, open discussion. And a bit of understanding of what's to come. We're about to receive everything, man. Okay? And, of course, Yahawashi is returning to redeem his elect, to glorify his elect. All right? We just got to be patient and wait for him. So with that, you know, all praises, honor, and the glory goes to Yahawah, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Arakah Kodash. And double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.